Okay, so we've added a bunch of data to our database, to our table. How do we get that information out and how do we put it on the screen? So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So let's see. First, we need to, like always, create our cursor. Let's just go my cursor dot execute as usual. And now to pull data from a database, we need to select it, right? We need to say, I want this specific data. So to do that, we run the select command, SQL command. Next, we need to tell it exactly what we want to select. So I just want to pull at this point everything. So let's select everything, and the star means everything. And then we need to say from what table, because we only have one table, but in the future you might have dozens of tables. So you need to say tables. So you need to say which table. Our table is called users, if I remember correctly. That's right. Right? Okay, so now we've selected it. Now let's put it into a variable that we can actually do stuff with. And let's call it our result. Call it whatever you want. And that equals my underscore cursor dot fetch all, right? So we're saying fetch it all from the selection that we've designated, right? So now we just need to print this onto the screen. So there's going to be a lot of different rows, probably. So we need to loop. So let's go for, what do we want to call this? Let's just call it row in result. And then just print row. Now this won't look pretty, and we'll make it look pretty in just a minute, but let's just run this to make sure it worked correctly. So let's run Python database.py, and boom, we get a tuple with all of our different things. So John at codemy.com, 40 and 1. So, okay, that's cool. We can do the same trick we did before and call the 0th item. And to do that, we just add that on there like that, like we've done before. And we get John, Tim, Mary, and Steve. Now, that just shows the 0th item. If you want then the next item, say the email address, that would be the first item, just in the way of tuples. Just a Python thing. And so we get all the things. If you then want the age, again, you can go through here, that. This again, 4032. And finally, if you want the IDs, that would be the third item. Right? So that's not that useful. We really need to sort of format this, and we'll do that in a little bit. So for now, we'll just do it like this so that we can see all of the information. We've already done this once, but I'll do it again because this is fun. And boom, we get all this stuff. So that is how to pull everything out, right? So what if you only want the names? Well, we showed we can just do, like this, pull the 0th item, but that's not all that efficient. We don't necessarily want to pull everything from our database and then loop through and just print out the names. Instead, we could just pull out just the names, and that's much better from a sort of speed, performance, memory point of view. So we can do that. Let's get rid of that. Instead of select star, instead of selecting everything, we just select name, right? So let's save this and run it. Let's see what happens now. And boom, we get the same tuple, but it only contains the name, right? And likewise, we can do our trick again. We add the 0th item, print this out, make it look a little nicer. John, Tim, Mary, Steve, and Tina. So very, very cool. Yeah, let's see what else. You can, instead of pulling every name, you could, for instance, just grab the first name. To do that, you would go, instead of fetch all, we want to fetch one, right? So this will just do the very first one, which I believe is John. Oh, J. Oh, because we pulled we called the 0th tuple item. Let's get rid of that. That's funny. All right. John, right? So that's kind of cool. I don't know how useful that is, but kind of interesting. So I think that's all for this video. In the next video, I think we'll go through here and print out everything, but kind of start to format it and make it look nice, more like a report form, so that it's actually readable. You know, right now we've got this, if we pull from star and then run this again, you know, we get this whole gobbledygook stuff. It's all kind of smushed together. You know, we can sort of figure out that this is the name, this is the email, but we don't know without sort of some sort of formatting or something. So I think we'll do that in the next video.